Hello, welcome back. It's Fred. I'm up in the shack. I'm not going to be going on the radio today. I just want to have a little chat to you and just inform you about something that you might be interested in. I think it definitely is worth a look. I want to talk to you about Steve Stevens. CB Radio UK is his YouTube channel name. Although it's a little bit odd because he hasn't actually put that as the title of the YouTube channel. It's actually called his name, Steve Stevens, and if you do a search for Steve Stevens on YouTube, you get the sort of Steve Stevens kind of like rock legends, this sort of electric guitar kind of rock guy that comes up, which isn't Steve. So if you want to search for Steve Stevens, I'll leave a link in the description to go to his channel, but if you want to search for him, you have to put Steve Stevens CB and then his channel comes up. Now, Steve Stevens, if you've been following my channel right from the very beginning, you'll know that he's no stranger because he was the guy that got me interested in CB radio originally about 5 or 6 years ago now, and all of this, what you see, is because of him. And I know that I've cost a lot of you a lot of coin, a lot of money, that getting you interested in CB. Well, this is what Steve has done to me. All of this basically is because of Steve. Now, he's a great guy. Steve Stevens is a great guy. As I say, he's got me into radio. The 305 group, the little group that's still going today, 6 years later, that all started because of me and Steve. We got it together, but basically that was when Steve was working in Hemel Hempstead, which is just down the road from me, and I contacted him on YouTube, and I was getting no contacts on the radio. I bought a little 80 channel AM FM, and I'd been on for about 9 months. I'd got no contacts, and it's through Steve's help getting me to set up a silver rod on a pole in my garden, and then ultimately me getting a grant to CB radio. And Steve said, look, I go on the radio every night. I leave work just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I go on the radio and I chat to my mate Paul, 635 in Luton. But you know, before I get to Luton, you should be able to copy me if you go on to CB. And he got me into sideband. We used to go on 27275 in those days, and I've got a video on my channel. I'll try and find a little picture for you, but my first contact with Steve Stevens on my little President Grant 2, and fantastic. He really helped me. He helped me set up my antenna, tune it in, everything like that, and he really got me started, and he knows so much about radio. You know, this guy actually really knows his stuff. He's not like me that kind of like bumbles along, and I'm still learning, and I hope that comes across on the videos. I try not to sort of be pretentious and pretend to know everything, so I'm still learning, but a lot of what I've learned in the early days came from Steve Stevens. Now, he has got, I say, a YouTube channel. I'd like some of you to go and sort of check it out. There's a massive backlog of CB related video stuff on there. As I say, I think it goes back 6 or 7 years on YouTube. He's been putting stuff out. Now, his videos are really laid back. They're really sort of straightforward. There's no airs and graces with Steve. I mean, he's completely transparent. It's a breath of fresh air, especially on YouTube, because he's a completely honest guy. There's no kind of he's not after sort of making a massive channel. He just enjoys making videos, and he just enjoys helping people. So if you want to go on, I'll leave a link. I say links in the description. Yeah, go back, and because we're going into a second stage of lockdown right now in the UK. So if you can have a little bit of time on your hands, then yeah, just, you know, go back and sort of check out his videos. Now, let's talk about the lockdown, because this again, oh man, the world's going a little bit crazy, isn't it? All of a sudden, I don't know what it's like in the States and other places. I know we're all suffering from this pandemic, but I say in the UK yesterday, our government announced that we will be going into another supposedly 4-week lockdown starting this Thursday, which is going to mean it's not quite as bad as the last one. You can go out for unlimited amount of time for exercise and buying essentials and things like in shops, but the pubs and restaurants are going to be closing. Non-essential shops are going to be closing. Now this affects, I mean, literally hundreds of thousands of people's livelihood. I'm so lucky that in the job that I do, if anything, we're more busy than we were in lockdown than not. So I've managed to stay working throughout all of this, so I've been earning my sort of full wage. A lot of people have been on furloughed, where they've just been getting a percentage of their wage, and that's what's happened to Steve. Steve unfortunately started in March. Steve sort of got lost his job, if you like. His firm either reduced their numbers of employees, although they might have shut down totally, and Steve has been on government furlough, so he's not been getting a full week's wage, and that's affected his partner as well. So I imagine sort of, you know, money's been a little bit tight for him, and he did do a couple of videos explaining that. I did really feel sorry for him, but he's not just sort of sat around and got depressed about it. He's been producing videos throughout in lockdown, some of it speaking his mind, telling you what he thinks about lockdown, which is always interesting to get someone else's perspective, but also he's been doing CB related videos as well, and yeah, they're not downtrodden, they're cheerful and upbeat. But the purpose of this video, what I want to talk to you about, is he started doing a live feed, and that's quite ambitious, and it's not something I would want to do myself, to be honest. But he started doing a live feed video where he chats about CB and especially helping new people. Now, he's only been doing this so far in October, and this is before they announced the second lockdown, so he's obviously got a little bit of time on his hands, bless him. But he started off, and his first one was the lighting wasn't quite right, he hadn't got the microphone quite right, but he's been getting better and better at these live feeds, and I find them really enjoyable. I think I've been on the last 3 that he's done. He generally does them on a Sunday, later on Sunday afternoon. He goes on at about 4 o'clock, something like that. I don't know if he's actually scheduling them regularly now. If you subscribe to his channel, then you'll get a little feed will pop up on if you're on YouTube, it'll just pop up letting you know that he's doing a live feed. But they're really useful if you're someone that's coming back onto CB radio within lockdown, or you're thinking about coming back and you want some live advice other than leaving a comment on, say, my videos or other people's videos and then having to wait for us to get round to reply. If you want a live reply to any comment about CB radios, about antennas, tuning antennas, what to get. Should I get a half wave? Should I get a 5/8 wave? Should I go mobile? Should I go home based? Anything like that. Absolutely fantastic. Steve is on there. Steve will help you, and there's lots of other people on the live feed, including myself normally, and we will chip in and help you. And it's also a bit of a laugh. Steve doesn't take it too seriously. As I say, it's a breath of fresh air with a lot of the commercial commercial kind of channels now on YouTube. It's a breath of fresh air. It's a step back to how YouTube, I think, should be. And that's Steve Stevens, yeah, on live feed. I thoroughly enjoyed the time that I've spent on there. Unfortunately, it clashes with my Sunday dinner, so I can't stay on there too long. But if you've got a little bit of time, subscribe to Steve's channel. Go have a little look at his videos, and then look out for his live feed, and yeah, get involved, get in there. I'm sure he would love a few more people on. He had about 40 people on Sunday. It is building, but it's still nice and small, and it still feels a bit like family. It's still a little bit personal, if you like. It's not got to the stage where you get left out now. If you come on there and you answer a comment, it'll answer your question straight away in a very laid back and easy go matter. So yeah, Steve Stevens live feed, fantastic. Yeah, if you get a chance, check it out. He'd appreciate it, and I think he deserves a little bit more sort of coverage, especially going into this second lockdown. The guy's got no work, and I think he would enjoy the views on his videos as well, sort of to help him out. Okay, there you go, just a little chat up in the shack. I'm getting ready as I'm making this video. I'm getting ready for the 39 years of CB, which is going to be tonight, and I'm sorting out all my equipment, testing all that out, and there'll be videos about that coming up on the channel in the next few days. So I've got quite a few videos on the camera, and I need to do a lot of editing, but I've got a little bit of time coming up, so I'm hopefully going to be banging a few more videos out over the next coming weeks until it quietens off over Christmas. When I get too busy, and are we going to be back to normal? Are we going to be locked down over Christmas in the UK? I honestly don't know at this stage. It's all looking a bit dodgy, and it's looking a bit weird over in America, isn't it? I'm watching your kind of election with old Trump going for his second 4 years, or was it his third? I don't know, second or third, and that's a bit strange because I don't know about Trump. He just seems a bit weird. He doesn't seem to kind of accept that COVID-19 is all that serious, and I know he's had COVID-19 as Boris Johnson has, our PM, and it knocked the socks off Boris Johnson, but Trump doesn't seem to be affected. He seems to have gone completely all through it. I know he's the First Lady. She seems to be sort of suffering a little bit more, but he seems to be ignoring that. And we're coming up to this your election over there, and he's kind of saying that even if he loses, that he's not going to lose because he's going to challenge it through the courts. And it reminds me of Brexit and how we voted to come out of Europe, and we still can't get out of Europe, and it's all very weird. God, we're living in weird times. So I'm following the USA elections because it's quite interesting, and don't know how that's going to end either. And anyway, the world has gone absolutely crazy. But anyway, this one's all about Steve. So yeah, Steve Stevens, get a chance, get over there, check out his channel. I'm waffling on, just a waffle video. As always, cheers, thanks for your time. I'm going to go and set up for the 39 years of CB in the UK, legal CB. Really looking forward to that Estelle Boys little group going on. Okay guys, as always, thanks for watching, cheers, stay safe, please stay safe, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Thank you.